So welcome back to my channel. Unfortunately, this is gonna be a different video. If this is your first time here, welcome, and listen up. I know everyone's making videos right now about what's going on, but I'm not making this video to fit in. I'm not making this video because, you know, it looks like this is a beneficial trend. I'm not making this video for anybody besides myself, really, and I'm making this video for whoever needs to hear this. I'm making this video to spread awareness about what's going on, because I don't want to look back from now and regret not saying anything. I would have always said something just because I'm a very expressive person. Okay, I just am a person that I've just always said what I meant what I said type of person. Things like this bother me. There's a lot of racial issues that happen in the world that take place in front of my eyes that bother me. I'm a Black woman in America. I'm a Black woman in California. With George Floyd being killed, I couldn't watch the whole video because my eyes start watering. I'm just disgusted that people can have that much hate for somebody, and especially finding out that, you know, the police officer had worked with him. So now it gets personal, and I can't wait for charges to be brought to first degree, because that's where they need to be at anyway. But God knows, and justice will be served in due time. We're not going to stop until justice is served, period. I feel like people are like, why are we reacting to this and not all these other cases and murder? We have, but this George, and I had seen somebody say George was literally the tip of the iceberg. Literally, that was it. You know, everybody has their breaking point. George was our breaking point. Shout out to all 50 states for protesting, for going out. Shout out to everyone. I've seen all these beautiful nationalities, races come with us and unify with us as African American, Black people, Africans, to fight for what's right, because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter. And Black lives don't matter to certain people. Certain people see us, they just don't care about us. And it's really sad. And, you know, I had an experience, like I told the person I've been talking the most to this about has been Janessa, okay? If you're new to this channel, Janessa is my best friend. She's like the sister I never had. She's a Black woman as well. We can relate on so many different levels, and between me and her, we're just very sad and very disappointed. I've literally had a headache. My headaches, they're slowly going away now. This is the first day I went the whole day almost without having a headache. Being really frustrated with seeing people that I know personally that call me friend or call me a best friend not say anything, or you post one little bit snippet and not even have anything to say or any comments. Like, you can't use the fact or say the fact that your family's in you have family in law enforcement, you have family in military, you know, that you want to be in the media as an excuse to not vocalize your opinions on this, because you're either with us or you're not. Like, I've supported certain brands that I'm not going to be supporting anymore, that haven't spoke up about this. I'm like, where the hell am I about to get my groceries from? Because Safeway hasn't said anything about Black Lives Matter. Trader Joe's hasn't, and Whole Paycheck, aka Whole Foods, hasn't said anything either. So I'm like, you know, like, where am I about to get my groceries from? Because Target's closed, and Target has said something, but with all the protests and stuff, because they're more afraid of Black people than a dangerous, deadly virus. So we are finally closing things down. We're strictly enforcing curfews and stuff, because, you know, the Black people are out. The Black people are breaking into stuff. So we gotta tighten up. And it's just really, it's crazy to see how, like, this stuff should already been in place with COVID. Why are we strictly enforcing stuff that we should have been enforcing already? Like, time all this starts to happen. And get used to y'all being closed, because we're not stopping until justice is served. I do hate to see small businesses get affected, be collateral damage to what's going on. I hate that. I'm a family that comes from small business owners. So, you know, that personally affects me. This is all happening for a reason. People who are looting for the wrong reasons, you know, they'll meet their truth one day. It'll be judgment day one day, and everybody will be read on that day. I'm a believer of that. So until that day, we'll see. Accusing every single person out there, putting protesters in a bunch, and putting protesters and looters in the same sentence, basically melting them together to be like the same, calling a protest a looter a protester. Like, you can't say that because you don't know. And if you know, in another video I've seen, like, if you specifically see, like, a lot of the people that are looting, you know, they aren't even they're not even black people. They're dressed the same, and you know, you could just tell it's on some like cult stuff. At the same time, though, the black people who are upset, like me, who are enraged, who may be taking it out on public property, you know, I mean, you can't tell us how to react right now. I'm just gonna write it here at the bottom. Statistics comparing black people being killed by the police compared to anybody else. We are killed more often than other nationalities and races by the police. That's a problem. The system wasn't designed for us to succeed. It never was. We were brought here at a disadvantage. We were stripped of our customs. We were sold by our own people. And we were also stolen, brought here, didn't want to be brought here, separated from our families, separated from our babies, from our husbands, and forced to wipe the ass of the white man who saw us as property. Because we are the only people that were brought here not for a better opportunity, not for a better life. We didn't have a choice. A lot of people had a choice.
Y'all were able to make that choice
To physically come over here. We don't know what language, where we're from in Africa. You gotta take a test or have a grandmother like I do, and my grandmother has, you know, she's tracked for the whole entire family, so she knows exactly what tribe and which part of Africa we're from. But not everybody has those resources, and not everybody just, it's not fair. Like, dang, I have to go through all that just to find out where we're from. I don't even know if people understand how insulting it is to tell a black person to go back to Africa or to go back to where you came from. Like, that can send you to another place. To my non-black friends, especially people I've been there for, I won't ever bring up what I've done for you until you act like I haven't done anything for you. I'm a very generous person. I'm a very giving person. I was raised that way. I'm just that way. The high school I ended up graduating from, like, seeing a lot of those people like unfollow me off of Instagram based off my posts, like seeing a lot of those people not say anything at all. Who spends 8 minutes and 46 seconds, I believe, who can even be on their knees that long? What about this whole situation doesn't sound wrong to me? Would you do it? Put your knee on somebody's neck and literally suck their life away for damn near 10 minutes? There should have not been a funeral today. I watched the entire funeral with my family, and I'm terrified of funerals. It just does, it feels so wrong. He didn't get a chance to die of old age. He didn't get a chance to die of sickness or anything. Whatever those lies autopsy person is trying to say. Lies, lies, fake news. He died because of hate. He died because of the color of his skin. We need to stop dying because of the color of our skin. Nobody will ever understand how it feels to just be black unless you're black. But the least you could do is listen to us, because we're not saying this for our health. We're saying this because it needs to be heard. Something needs to change. Something has to give. And I'm not saying just because you post something on social media that means that you're for the cause and that's the only way and the best way to show your support. But if you gonna post like you going out to a club, or you're at a pool, or you're at the gym, or you're getting drinks, or you're hanging out with so-and-so, or you're with your man, if you can do all that, you can post about what's going on. And I'm taking it personal because this is me. George Floyd, as far as I'm concerned, is my brother, is my dad, is my cousin, is my unborn son. You can't watch that video or hear about it or even just hear the audio and not feel something. If you don't feel something, you must not be human. I would like to touch on black men. We love you. I just don't want you guys to need us only when the rest of the world turns their back on you. Need us when the rest of the world puts you on a pedestal. Being a black woman, we are you guys' biggest fans. We might talk a lot of mess, but we only want y'all to succeed. We want y'all to win so bad, okay? And it's not even on some us against them type stuff, because the whole world is against y'all. And the whole world's against us too. When you're black and you're your gender, you're a double minority, period. If you're a black man that like refuses to date a black woman, like you need to figure that out. When you decide to date a black man, you got to take on all of this. Especially when you're dating him, your chances and possibilities of having a black child are high, because especially when you win him, because like that might end up being your person. You might marry him, you guys might have a child. So and your child, when you have that child, I don't care if you're Mexican, Asian, whatever, that baby is black. So black men, you guys need to be careful with who you guys lay down with. If she's not down to support you, especially through these times, an open ear, and educate herself on black issues and what's going on, you don't need to lay down with her. You definitely don't need to have a child by her, because you're setting your child up to be confused, be misled, to be uneducated as far as blackness goes, black history goes, being black in America goes. If you didn't say nothing, baby, and you know me, if you haven't said nothing, or if you haven't responded the way I feel, people might think this is petty or childish. I don't really care. I'm entitled to my opinion. Screw you. I shouldn't have to, send out a flare for help when it comes to this. And I would like to especially shout out the people, my non-black friends and my non-black people that I know that have checked on me, that have asked me if I was okay, that have asked me like what they can do to help. I've seen you guys out there marching. I've tried to like pictures if I've seen them. My Instagram has been crazy. I'm not liking pictures on purpose. I just am overwhelmed, really. I'm really sad. I'm really pissed that we had to have a funeral today. This could have easily been avoided. And I want y'all to stop freaking harassing that 17-year-old child who took the video talking about she should have stepped in, she should have helped. So we would have had 2 funerals today, because they were going to kill her too. God literally was within her when she took that video. It was meant for us to see that video. He was meant to be taken home that day. And as much as we don't like it, we can't take that out on her. She's 7 freaking teen. How many times have you been in a grocery store? How many times you've been somewhere you've seen somebody get racially profiled and you haven't said anything? Exactly. So don't come for her. There was other people there, and they didn't step in because this is all a part of God's plan. He has something bigger and better in store for us. We're about to stop being tired. We're about to see results. It's very hard to be positive right now, especially when I don't feel it. If you're somebody watching this video needs to hear it. So that's why I'm saying it. You're not alone if you're sad. I could just hope we just don't become more crippled after this. This video is probably all over the place, but I'm gonna wrap it up. If I can make a video about hair, if I can make a video about makeup, I can make a video about this. I know a lot of influencers that I've loved have disappointed me throughout this whole process. People just keep on disappointing me, man. And I may, and shame on me on giving them that much power. I don't even know them. Black men, we will never stop fighting for you. Black women, we will never stop fighting for you. Everybody, we will never stop fighting for you. Have a good rest of your day, your night, whatever. Bible, you like my shades?